Hello all, once again welcome to the basics of entrepreneurship session. Today we are going to see identify problems worth solving. So it is very important to identify problems which are worth solving, which can be monetized. You can get profits out of that by solving that problem. So we will see some of the methods how to identify the problems which are worth solving and how we can monetize those solutions. So following are the topics that we are going to discuss under identify problems for solving. The first one is what is business opportunity and how to identify it, right? So if you able to find a problem which is worth to solve, that turns to be a business opportunity. Why it is a business opportunity? Because it can bring profits to your business. So we'll see what is the business, or by definition what is a business opportunity and how to identify it. We'll see. And second one, identifying the problems around you that are worth solving. It's always observing the surrounding people's situations, what problems people are facing around you. What is the problem you are facing by yourself? That is also, a potential, business opportunity for you. So you look for that. As we discussed in the previous sessions, Tristan Walker and Sarah Blakely, they identified the problems that they are facing, and they derived actually a business opportunity out from that problem, and they are able to build a billion-dollar empire just by using the problems that they have faced. They have not, gone for the workarounds. They have not gone for, compromised with the issues that they have faced. Rather, they have seen the opportunity in the issue that they are facing, and they actually run that issue with the people who are, around them. And they truly understand how big that issue and how many people really want the solution for that particular issue. So when they realized it is a huge, that's where they become successful entrepreneurs. So identifying problem around you that are worth solving. And also we'll see methods for finding and understanding problems. There are few methods that were suggested here. One is the observation, second one is the questioning, and third one is the design thinking, and fourth one is jobs to be done. So we will see these four methods. Now, identifying business opportunity. By definition, what is a business opportunity? A business opportunity is a gap or a niche in the market that presents potential profit and growth through the introduction of a new product or service. So this is the basic definition of business opportunity. So it should be a gap. So people are facing some issue, right? They are not able to meet their requirement, right? So that is the gap. So you are going to provide, or you are going to bridge a link to the people, and you are going to provide a solution, right, through that link. And it is a niche in the market that should provide opportunity to sell your product to the people, right? You should have a requirement in the market. There's a niche, and it got a potential for profit, right? It should bring you profits. It should, help you to grow in your business, right? By introduction of a new product, it can be a product or the service that you're going to do in the market. So what are the key characteristics of a business opportunity? First one is the market demand. Identify existing needs or problems that are not adequately addressed by current solutions, right? So there should be a market demand for that. So you need to identify such a problem. For that, there is adequate market for you, right? And the second one is the feasibility. In feasibility, assess the practicality and viability of addressing the identified need or a problem. So practically, is it practically implementable, right? At times, we might be having wide variety of solutions for one single problem. Not all of them are implementable. At times, you implement one solution, the buyer or the customer who might see that this is a little bit a higher price, right, for the services that he is getting or the satisfaction that he is going to get by spending so much of money. It may not, that gap will be there. In that case, you may not succeed, right, in your entrepreneur journey. So it is very important. The solution should be a feasible solution. It is easily accessible to the customers, to the people around, right? So the third one is the profitability. Profitability talks about determine the potential financial returns and the sustainability of the proposed venture, right? You should get profits, then only you will be able to sustain in the market. So these are the key characteristics of a business opportunity. So the next one is methods to identify business opportunity. The first one is problem solving approach, right? Look for problems or inefficiencies in existing product or services, right? So you might be seeing a lot of products around you, a lot of services the people try to go for. If you keenly observe, there could be certain drawbacks or certain gaps, some certain issues that people won't say that because they might be having some workaround which is available, or they simply ignore it, right? So now one activity that you can really do is that talk to the delivery boy who delivers any product at your doorstep. Ask him what is the difficulty that he is having in his day-to-day job that he do. If you able to interview at least 20 to 25 delivery boys, probably it might lead to one striking problem that majority of the delivery boys might be facing, right? And if you could provide a feasible solution to that particular problem, that is the business opportunity for you, right? So look for inefficiencies, talk to the people, right, who are there in that business, right? So that is the one. And the second one is brainstorm solutions that can offer improvements or innovative alternatives, right? Brainstorm is a wonderful activity. A group of people join together and discuss and come up with a possible or the best solutions that can be provided to the problem, right? So that is the first thing. So there is a method, the first method. The second one is market research. Conduct thorough market research to understand customer needs, preferences, and trends, right? Market research. You have to go down to the marketplace. You have to talk to the people, right? You need to understand the customer needs, right? You need to understand what their preferences, right? And what is their buying trends, right? Is there any significant shift in buying, right, the things that they buy, right? So you need to analyze that, and also analyze the industry reports. Industry produces a lot of reports on a regular basis. So you need to go through those reports. Consumer surveys, right? As an organization, they do a lot of surveys. If you can get those surveys in hand, that really provide insights into what the problems that customers are facing. Competitor analysis to identify gaps in the market. Suppose you decided, like transportation, you want to provide a efficient transportation for the working professionals and the students. You need to understand who are your competitors, what way that they are doing business, what are the difficulties that customer is facing, right, through the services that they are having. So if you do the analysis, maybe you come up with one unique value proposition, one unique solution that might attract people towards your solution, right? So you need to analyze your competitors when you're before you enter into the market itself. The third one is the trend analysis. Trending. See, over the period of time, a lot of data get accumulated, right? So you need to get the data and see how the trend of a certain product or service has been, in the market. So you need to do the you need to do the analysis, right? Trending analysis, what we say. So when you do the trending analysis, it will provide you with some insights into the future, not to the current one, but into the future. Certain, the trend which says if it is downtrend or it is the uptrend, you come to know that how the future of that particular product or services would do, right? So trending analysis is very important for identifying the business opportunity. The fourth one is networking and observation. It's very important. You need to build your network, right, related to your business. If you want to be an entrepreneur, you have to go down to the industries, go down to the market and talk to the people, right? So networking, you should have those right set of people. So you should communicate them on a regular basis to understand what is going on in the industry. So engage with the industry professionals, potential customers and stakeholders to gather insights, right? You have to do this constantly. It's not a one-time activity. You should do it time and again. Attend trade shows, conferences and networking events to identify emerging opportunities, right? So identify emerging opportunities, very important. You have to keep on doing this, right? It is not one time, two times you have done it and you have came out from the market because you did not find any opportunity. But if you do it again and again, right, trying to understand the market thoroughly, you definitely strike an opportunity which is worth solving and it would bring fortunes, right? So the fifth one is a personal expertise and passion. So we have already seen this actually. Know yourself, right? So what is your passion? The business that you wanted to do should match with your passions, your interests, your skills. If they match, definitely you'll succeed in your entrepreneur journey, right? The next one is identifying problems around you that are worth solving. So how to identify, right, the problems that are worth solving? A successful business starts with solving a real problem that is currently existing in the market. Currently, the problem is so real, right? The people are facing that issue. It is not in an imaginary world. It is a real world, real thing. The people are going through. Entrepreneurs need to observe, analyze, and identify challenges faced by individuals. An entrepreneur should always, observing the things, what is happening, right? Acquire the knowledge, acquire the trends, insights, right? And analyze the data, right? And come up with a deep understanding about the business that he is planning to establish. And identify the challenges. What are the problems? What are the challenges, right, faced by the individual? Or it can be a business, not only individuals, business or as a society, right? So some of the characteristics of problem worth solving. So what are the characteristics of a problem which is worth solving? The first point is significant pain point. So what it talks about, the problem is so real, right? When it is a real problem, we need to provide real solutions. What do you mean by real solution? It should be urgent, right? You should be spontaneous, right? People are looking for spontaneous solutions nowadays. A click of a button, right? um, Comfort. People are looking for comforts, easiness in their lives, right? So if you provide anything like that level, right? A click of a button solves the problem. That's what people are looking for. If you could come up with such a solution, you definitely succeed in your entrepreneurial journey, right? So the significant pain point should be there to the people, and people are looking for immediate solution for that pain. Widespread impact. It's not, the problem is not confined to certain area or the very few people which are facing that issue, but it should not be like that. It should be widespread. More the customer base, the more chances that you succeed in your business, right? So the problem should widespread amongst the society, amongst the people, among the societies, right? Among the industries. So you need to identify a problem which is worth solving and willing to pay. So when you come up with a solution, people ready to take the solution. Even the solution should be a feasible solution. People should not feel that it is too costly, or it is not solving their problem completely, right? So it should not be like that. It should be solving the problem that customer is facing. Then only he will pay to the services or the products that he is buying. The fourth one is the feasibility of solution. The problem should be solvable within the available resources and capabilities. Always the problem should be solvable, right? A feasible solution should be there, as I mentioned just now, right? If the solution is too costly, people are not going to buy. If it is not solving their problem, leaving them halfway through, then people won't go. Maybe one time they buy, and the second time they say no, it is not providing a complete 360-degree solutions for them. So it is very important. Your solution should be feasible, right? The next one is methods for finding and understanding problems. First one is observation. Methods, right? We'll see different methods. Observation, as we discussed earlier also. Actively watch how people interact with products, services, and environments. Observation. Everything is observation. If you want to be a successful entrepreneur, you need to observe the people's psychic. It's very important. Why they are doing what they are doing, what is their purpose, right? I would say one example that I have recently encountered. There was an article, people used to buy, the nail piercing device to the walls in US. People are buying, like every home that equipment is there, just to pierce a nail inside the wall, right? So one person observed is why people are buying this particular tool in a large scale. Every household, almost every household in US, they're buying that. And he realized that people are buying that particular tool just to pierce a hole on the wall, to insert some nail or to hang some article to the wall. So he came up with an idea. He came up with hangers which are adhesive, right? They stick to the wall so strong that it can withstand a few kgs of the weight. It doesn't fall. So that was an innovative solution that he has provided, right? And you can see in India also nowadays it is available, hangers with adhesive material, right? So what people want, they want to hang some articles to the wall. For that they want to pierce a nail to the wall. Piercing nail will leave a permanent mark on the wall. It is not a repairable, right? When they wanted to remove, it looks ugly also. But this adhesive material can be removed by using some chemicals, right? Completely, it doesn't leave any mark, but it serves the purpose, right? So it's a very important, right? So to come up with it's very important to observe what people are trying to do, right? Identify inefficiencies, frustrations, and unmet needs. You need to identify all these, qualities in the people. Identify inefficiencies, right? They are not able to do certain activities effectively. Now you need to pitch in. Frustrations at times, transportation, that leaves a lot of frustration in the minds of the people. All right. So what solution that we can provide? Not only frustrations, long queues, right, in any of the services, right? How to reduce that? Hospitals, right? You see a lot of patients would be there, unplanned patients, right? So that is a big frustration. So how can you go for a system which schedule these appointments to the doctor in hospitals? Unmet needs, right? So these are all, right, we need to observant as an entrepreneur. Techniques, what are the techniques that you can follow? Shadowing users in their daily tasks. You yourself try to put in their shoes, right? What you have to experience what the people are experiencing, right? That gives more deeper understanding, more insights into the problem, right? Taking field notes and documenting experiences, this is also another one. Note down everything what you have observed, right? Over the period of time, the notes, when you go through, it will strike some problem which is worth solving, right? Noticing workarounds people create to solve existing problems, right? You have to see what workarounds people are doing. And the second one is questioning. This is also very effective too, right? So you need to actually go to the people, your target audiences. Identify who are your target audiences first. Go to them. Prepare a questionnaire which is relevant, right? You may the questionnaire itself should be big science by itself. So the questions that you prepare should help you to identify the problem pinpointedly. So there are a lot of ways you can frame a question. So we will see how to frame a questions in a different session. But questioning is very effective method for understanding the problem. Ask relevant questions to uncover hidden pain points. Relevant, right? What is causing this discomfort to you? So when you are experiencing this product and services, what what improvement that you can suggest, right? Something like that, right? So that really help you to uncover the pain points that customer is facing, right? Should be descriptive, it should be objective at times, it should be yes or no type of questions, right? Engage with potential customers, stakeholders, and expertise. You have to engage the people. You have to go to the field, talk to the people, and also there are so many ways you can reach the customers. Not only that you have to go there, face to face, you talk to them, but you can collect the individuals' data, and you can send emails, or you can send messages into their mobiles and ask them to provide certain answers that you're looking for. Use structured and open-ended questions. What frustrates you the most about this process? They have to answer that, right? If you had a magic wand, what would you change in this? Right? What are the service or product? So these are all the valid questions. They have to open up and say. about what they are facing, right? How do you currently solve this issue, right? It's not yes or no kind of, but they have to tell. The third one is design thinking approach. This is also one of the biggest, very prevalent in the industry. So design thinking is all about human-centric approach of problem solving, right? It encourages you to understand the human psyche, human mentality, why people are doing such a way, what is their motives, right? Or why they are doing like that. Is there any alternative way that they can go for? Is there any better way that they can improve on? That those things the design thinking talks about. There are 5 important steps. This if you follow these methods, you can easily identify the problems, solutions, and you can come up with a minimum viable product for testing with the real customers. The first one is empathize, right? It's not a sympathize, it is a empathize, right? You actually put yourself in the situation of a customer, a potential customer of yours, and you try to understand his pain, his problem, right? His discomfort, his frustration. So that would give you a better understanding, right? What is the problem? Second one is define. It says that clearly articulate the problem statement, right? You have to write down the problem statement in which you have to address who are your customers also. A problem statement should have customer defined in there. Third one is ideate, in which you are going to provide solution through various techniques. Brainstorming is one of them. There are other methods also. Kanban model is there, right? There are ideation methods are there. So using these methods, you can provide an effective solution. And fourth one is prototype. Develop a basic version of the solution. It may not be completely workable, but with a basic understanding it gives a look and feel of the product, right? The fifth one is test. So prototype, once you have a prototype or the minimum viable product, then you go to the early adopters, and then you can give that product to them and ask the feedback from them. That really helps you to set a tone for your future business. The fourth one is jobs to be done framework, right? Focus on what customer needs to achieve rather than just the product itself, right? People buy the product, right, to achieve something, all right? So what you have to do, that you have to think about what customer is trying to achieve, not on the product that they are buying. So if you can provide an effective solution to what they're trying to do, or if you introduce some effective product or a solution to the customers, right, to achieve their targets, right? So that really helps, right? Customer hire products or services to accomplish specific job, right? Customer doesn't know means he cannot think. He will see what are the existing tools. Out of those existing tools, he buys something which is he thinks which is suitable for him. Now think about the job or accomplishments that customer trying to do, or the job that customer trying to accomplish. Concentrate on that and see whether you can provide a better solution, a better approach for accomplishing the job, right? You need to think about it. So steps to apply JTBD, jobs to be done, right? Identify the job a customer needs to complete. Identify job. What job customer trying to complete? Understand the emotional, functional, and social aspects of the job. Concentrate only on the job, not on the product or the service, right? Not on the competitors. What customer trying to do, what jobs you wanted to accomplish, concentrate just on that. Third one is develop a solution that improves efficiency and experience, right? Develop a solution that improves efficiency and experience. So if you can come up with a better solution which gives a better experience to the customers, right? So that's where you'll be a successful entrepreneur. Okay, I will stop my session here, and next we will continue with the other topic. Thank you so much.